Hello everyone, thanks so much for joining me. I'm going to talk you through a live trade in a minute, and it's on the 5-minute chart and using the 30-minute chart as a master time frame, which is a lot longer time frame than I normally trade, which, I'd normally trade the 1 minute and the 5-minute charts, but the 5-minute being the longer time frame. This time I chose to do the longer time frame chart trade, and that's because this trade took place right in the middle of the day. Well, it was actually after the middle of the day. It was about 1:30 in the afternoon. Very quiet time for trading. Most traders are at lunch at that time, but there are still some fantastic trades to take. And that's one of the points of this video, is to say, you don't have to be at your computer when the market opens. You don't have to be. There are, potentially better trades in the early stages of the market in the morning, but not always just the trades that you can take. The trades tend to appear all day long when you've got the right system and the market's in the right position and the candlestick looks good. Then the trades appear, and you may have to up the time frame to find them. But hey, this trade took 7 minutes, something like that. So it wasn't the end of the world, and I was prepared to wait that long. And that's the thing, is when you've got time available and you want to trade and you see that the charts are lined up, then in my case I switched the video on, took the trade, and away we went. So let's have a look at it. Right, here's the chart then. So this is the DAX, and this is the 30-minute chart. This is the 5-minute chart. And so I'm trading this chart, and I'm using this chart for confluence. And so you can see the open this morning was up here, bigger red candle than following a green candle, both with full big bodies, but the red one was bigger, and that's a good signal for shorts through the morning, as you saw here. Fantastic short, wouldn't have taken it, but there you go. Anyway, would have taken this trade here, small wick below the low of the previous run of candlesticks, and candle turned red and you're off. Okay, so that was, and I've got the river of value always on my charts, as you can see here, and it always pays dividends to have it that way. That was a great trade down there. Likewise, a good trade here on the 30-minute chart. Price came down, went back up, just about touched the river of value, left a very small wick on the beginning, and then went down. And that's the type of trade that I take on a regular basis, and it's in my gold system, and I think that it's made my trading career, that system. And I think you'd enjoy it too. Anyway, so we're trading this chart, and I'll play the video now. What we can see here is, we can see the river value is up here. Price has just gone below it. It's come down and it's gone back up and touched the river. Now, it's what happens next, isn't it, that's important in trading. And you can't see here there when the next candle's coming in, but that's now the next candle, and I made my mind up to go in when the candle went red, but you can see that the candle went red almost straight away, and so I'm waiting for it to go back and hopefully put in a little bit of green. There, didn't happen. So as you can see, I've gone short. Ideally I'd have liked that to have gone green and then gone red, but it didn't happen, and I'm almost certain that this candlestick will finish red, and therefore this will be a winner for me. and therefore I wanted to get in before it put in a big spurt. So it wasn't ideal. At the moment, because this had no wick on it, stretching up here, I was only looking for a tiny little wick. My stop is just above the high of the previous candlestick, as it had to be. So that's my stop as it stands at the moment. Everything about this trade, apart from the wick on the candlestick, was ideal, and therefore it was good to take. You can see there's 20 points difference between these numbers here, and each candlestick is about 15 points in length, and that's good in terms of a winning trade. If most of that candlestick is red, then that's a good number for me. And price is going down. I'm just about in profit right now, and that's great. So looking at the 30-minute chart, you've got another red candlestick following a green candlestick in the river of value, and the red body is bigger than the green body. This here is a candlestick pattern that is in my day trading course, and it's a perfect short trading pattern, as is this here, which is why I'm so confident that, you know, all the factors are aligned. You can't take trades on a whim, and look where this candle's going now. If it goes above here, I'm out, but it looks like it's testing the river again, and that's the value of having the river above your entry when you're going short, because that's going to hopefully act as resistance to higher prices. It's getting very close now, very close, but it hit the 20 EMA and now it's coming down. Okay, so that was quite close, little bit of room you can see up here, but I had the 20 EMA in the way of higher prices. Also, I had the close of the previous candlestick, the open of the previous candlestick as well was in the way, and they're all small elements of support and resistance, but when you combine everything within here, and within here you also had the 8 EMA, and so with all of those things aligned, there's a good opportunity for a trade. And looking at these candlesticks from earlier, you can see that was a great trade, but the trouble with that for my system is that the entry would have been way away from the river of value, and when price is way away from the river of value, there's a good chance it's going to go back, and so I wouldn't have taken that trade, although it was a good one. So I'm looking for a minimum 1-to-1, and that's the one. Now you can see that that candlestick has now got a tail on it, and so my stop, which was previously up here, is now here. So that's reduced the risk substantially, and I'll be looking to get out of this, but I need my reward to risk. I'm marginally in profit as it stands at the moment, but not enough. And if you continuously cut your trade short to take the money before the end of the candlestick, if that's what you've always done, then that's what you'll always do, and you need to train yourself out of these bad habits, and that's why you're watching this system, isn't it? You're watching this video to learn, and you need to take on board learnings that make sense and that are from genuine people. I hope that you can tell that that's what I am. And so there we go, there's a little bit of a wick appeared, the candlestick's gone red, and so that's worth staying in for. I didn't get out at the end of this candlestick because I haven't got my reward to risk, and also that is still a good candlestick for taking a short on, so I may have taken the short here, and therefore that was worth hanging on for, and that was a decision that I'm making on the fly, if you like, and the system allows for that. But what it doesn't allow for is taking trades against the, against the system rules within the charts. So we're now reaching a stage where price has come down quite a bit. I've got my 1-to-1 at this stage, but this is such a good candlestick that it may be worth just hanging in for to see if I can get a bit more out of it. Normally I would hang on till the end of the candlestick in this sort of situation. Let's see what happens. Every little bit of information that you take in and you learn from, so learning means taking it on board and applying it, practicing and applying it to your own trading. Every little bit that you take in adds a small decimal point of percentage to your trading skills, and eventually, they should get good enough for you to be nice and profitable. Right, starting to look good now. You haven't got the clock on here, but trust me, my clock is just in this corner of the screen, just above here, and I'm keeping my eye on it because I don't want a new candle coming out before I take my profits. This will be a good place to exit, around about there, with it being around about the low of the previous candlestick. But my inclination on this case, and it would be okay to take profits at this stage because I've got my 1-to-1, but I'm convinced that this is going to give me a slightly better reward than 1-to-1. So I'm hanging on for now. Alright, so it's creeping down to, or up to, nearly 2-to-1 reward to risk at this stage. In the initial risk, at the moment my risk is about £1.50 and I'm 300 quid up, and so I'm basing that on my initial risk. That's a good place to exit, right about there. Look at the size of this candlestick compared to the previous 5. When you're thinking about taking profits, you've got to think, okay, it could be that this candlestick is double the size when it finishes of any other, but it's unlikely, so I'm taking profits now. And there we go, a successful trade. So I really hope that you're learning bit by bit through this series. I'm a trainer and a trader, and that's what I do. I've been doing this for a long time, and it's not an easy skill, but with the right fundamentals and the right guidance, I believe, I got there, so I believe that people can get there, and that's what I'm here for. So I do hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed that trade, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video with probably some more fantastic trades and a bit of cash in the pocket. I'll catch you soon. Cheers for now. Bye.